This is the 2019 NACA Division II Championship between Guardian Christian Academy out of Virginia and the Cincinnati Trailblazers out of Cincinnati, Ohio. That hit out of bounds, and a 1-0 lead for Guardian. Megan James back to serve. Guardian in those uniforms to your left, those black and gold uniforms. The black and white uniforms to your right. The Cincinnati Trailblazers. There's a nice hit in the far side. And we're tied up at 1. Mariah Swinger checks into the lineup for Cincinnati. And Morgan Leggett to serve. Let's track down to that back line. Put across there by James. Now tipped over into the nets. And a 2-1 lead for Guardian. Back to serve is Danae Johnson. Senior puts that in play. Set to the outside. That hit out of bounds. And a 3-1 lead for Guardian. Serve here, played to the outside. Put down by Hall. That's sent out of bounds. And it's 3-2. Jesse Middleton back in for the Blazers. As Sierra Hall will get set to serve. That's tracked down and sent across by James. Back to the outside. This is Swanger who hits the ball out of bounds. And now a 4-2 lead for Guardian. Jesse Rager checks into the lineup. And back to serve is Nor Shaw, the libero. Sent into the back row. Boy, nice hit there from Morgan Leggett. So 4-3 lead now for Guardian as Delaney Harrison checks in. Cincinnati comes in at 20-5 off the regular season, coached by Kristen Leggett in her 8th year. 7 seniors on this team, their 5th year at the NACA tournaments, and they have never won. Sent to the outside, Swanger puts that across, now left up front. An opportunity here for Guardian, left to the outside, tipped across there by Savannah Smith. Now Swanger will just bump it over into the back row. James fires. It's dug up in that back line by Leggett. That put in the back line. James had it. This tip back over. James again. Just puts it across. And we've got an illegal hit on Casey Kingsland. A 5-3 lead for Guardian. Guardian Christian Academy out of Chesterfield, Virginia, 20-4 on the year coming into this tournament. Coached by Marty Lohr in his 2nd year. As that's hit into the net by Morgan Leggett. Under individual stat leaders, it just says Megan James. By the way, she was the Max Preps Player of the Week for the state of Virginia and the Player of the Year for the VMAC. Not only that, Guardian was undefeated in the VMAC and number 6 in VISAA state. And the serve here is going to end up being an ace and an 8-3 lead. So Smith will continue to serve. Play back up front and hit into the net. Now a 9-3 lead. By the way, interestingly enough, Guardian Christian brings an oar to every game with them. In fact, if you look on that live stream close enough over by their bench, you can see it right there on the floor in front of the bench. And a timeout to the Blazers. They trail 10-3. We're back in a minute. You're watching the NACA. So out of the timeout, the serve goes out of bounds for Smith. And Mariah Swanger to serve. Set to the outside. James fires and scores. As into the lineup for Cincinnati comes Hope Pfister. And Sarah Wakefield to serve for Guardian. Played back up front. Kingsland to the outside. Tipped across there by Leggett, and that will end up falling in. So 11-5. The lead for Guardian as Sierra Hall back in for the Blazers. And Tamara Dowdy checks in for Guardian. Serve here by Middleton. Out of the outside, James. That's dying out on that back line. Now to the left side. That ball rocketed from Leggett, but it's dug out and then put home by Guardian, and a 12-5 lead for the Knights. As Alexis Washington checks in for Guardian. Serve here by Jesse Rager. Over on the near side. That's put across by Hall. To the outside, James trying to tip it over. Going to go back to Megan James again. That was partially blocked out front. And sent across to the outside, and it will go out of play. So a 12-6 lead for Guardian as Lily Hammerly checks in. Serve here, played back to the near side. James fires. That's out of bounds. And it's 12-7. It's played back up to James, who will just put it across. Set back to the middle, and kill there for Sierra Hall. The 5'9" senior hammers that home. 12-8. Now Hammerly to serve again. Coming back over now on the near side. James has that blocked up front. And Sierra Hall does the honors there. Now 12-9, and Cincinnati on a little bit of a run. Hammerly with the serve. Sent to the outside. James tips it across and down. It's now a 13-9 lead for Guardian. And 5'7" sophomore Megan James to serve. And that is in on that back line. So an ace makes it 14-9. So James with that jump serve. And now back in the near side. Across there by Kingsland. Up front, that tipped. That ball deflected out front. Off that back line, and that ball absolutely smoked by Megan James. 15-9. So James with that serve. Set to the near side, that tipped up front. Hammerly will just set it over. Now to the back row, bumped across by Dowdy. Short set up front, played in that back line by Shaw. Once again deflected out front. Good diving save by Hammerly for the Blazers. Now set back over. Hammerly, wow, what a back set that was, and then hit into the net by Morgan Leggett. 16-9, the lead for Guardian. And that serve ricochets off the ceiling, then tipped back across to the outside, and that into the net is Savannah Smith. Now 16-10. Mariah Swanger back in. And that serve out of bounds by Morgan Leggett. Now 17-10. And for Guardian comes Sarah Wakefield. And now the serve from Danae Johnson. That goes into the net. 17-11. Sierra Hall will get set to serve. Chelsea Middleton back in for the Blazers. Sent to the outside. Tipped across there by Wakefield. And now bumped over. Opportunity for the Blazers here out front. Sent across by Kingsland. Back in the middle. That tipped across and down by Alexis Washington. 18-11. Nice. Back in comes Jessie Rager for Guardian, and the serve here by Nora Shaw. Set to the outside. That ball from Smith is dug out, but then into the net goes Hammerly. And it's now 19-11. So Shaw with the serve. That goes into the net. Make it now 19-12. So Abby Davis checks in. And Kingsland will get set to serve. Track down back in the middle and put over. Back to the far side. And we have a double hit on the Blazers, now 20-12. And an ace served up by Savannah Smith. And a timeout to Cincinnati. 21-12 is the lead for Guardian. Back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. 21-12 out of the timeout. And sent across by Hall to the outside. Megan James fires. That's blocked up front. And 21-13. Serve here from Swanger. Outside, James with it. Just puts it over. Inside, that goes off the top of the net and falls in. So the kill for Morgan Leggett. 21-14. Swinger's serve played back to the outside. Megan James fires. That's played by Swanger and then saved on the far side. Outside James again, and that goes off of Swanger. And the kill makes it 22-14. Back in for Cincinnati comes Hope Pfister. And freshman Sarah Wakefield to serve for Guardian. It's tracked down, now sent over by Kingsland. The outside, James has that blocked. Come back to it again, this to the outside. And 22-15. Now the lead for Guardian. Jessie Middleton gets set to serve. Back in for Guardian is Tamara Dowdy. Set to the outside. And the kill for Megan James makes it 23-15. Serve here from Rager. That hit into the net. Make it 24-15. And Rager to serve. Set point here at set number one. Set to the outside. Hall puts that across, and that will count as a kill. 24-16. Lily Hammerly back in. She'll serve for Cincinnati. So set back in the near side. James had that blocked and then knocked back down by Hall. 24-17, still a set point. Emily's serve. Track down, James out front, hits that out of bounds. 24-18. Serve here from Hammerly. That's up front and then hammered home by Hall. So 24-19, a little run here for the Trailblazers. Hammerly serve. Playing back on the right side. Megan James fires and scores again. And that'll do it for set one. 25-19. Guardian takes the first set. Back with set two in 3 minutes. You're watching the NACA.
Can one choice change a life? When it's a big choice like choosing a college, it's safe to say yes. Put yourself in the shoes of a new student. You want teachers you can really learn from, classes you look forward to, friends who share your faith, and times you won't forget. But more than that, you want a college that prepares you to serve God with your life. Pensacola Christian College offers all this and more. Come see what a Christ-centered campus is like during college days at Pensacola Christian College. Visit pcci.edu for more info.
Start of set number 2 with Trailblazers serving it up. In the middle of set number 2 as that served into the net by Morgan Leggett. And a 2-1 lead here as Guardian will get set to serve into the lineup for the Knights is Sarah Wakefield. Now set in the near side. Hall tried to tip that across. And that goes out of bounds. So a 3-1 lead for Guardian. Underhand serve here from Rager out to the outside. Swanger fires. Now back in the near side. To cross by Smith. Now Hall with the hit. And the kill for Sierra Hall. A 3-2 lead for Guardian. Sierra will get set to serve. And this serve goes into the net. Now 4-2 lead for Guardian. And back to serve is Nor Shaw. The senior with the approach. Hammerly back in the near side. That's hit out of bounds by Casey Kingsland. And a 5-2 lead by Guardian. Serve here by Shaw. Setting that back line. Put across by Leggett. Now back near side, tipped over by Kingsland. Leggett again up front, and that tipped across and down by Hemmerly. Make it now 5-3. Jesse Middleton back into that lineup for the Blazers. That serve goes into the net. Now make it 6-3. Senior Savannah Smith to serve for Guardian. Set back on the near side. That hit into the net. Make it now 7-3. Setting the back line. Has deflected up front. And a kill from Morgan Leggett, making it 7-4 Guardian. Now Mariah Swinger to serve. And an ace to make it 7-5. So that serve is an ace. Make it 7-6. It goes back again. This track down and saved back across to the outside. Leggett just tips it over. Now James with another kill. And an 8-6 lead for Guardian. Back in for Cincinnati comes Hope Pfister. Cincinnati, by the way, finished 5th overall at their Midwest Regional Tournament, the best finish in program history, and had 2 players named to that regional tournament all-tournament team. As we said before, 5 years of the NACA, they have not won yet. And a good set and a kill for Megan James on the near side for Guardian. Make it now 9-6. Speaking of not winning yet, this is the first trip to NACA for Guardian Christian. So they clearly have not won yet. This is only their 4th year having a varsity team. And that will fall in as the ace will now make it 10-6. So Sarah Wakefield with the serve. Sent to the outside, and that's a kill for Morgan Leggett. Serve here, played back out front. Hall tried to put that in the back row. Now back up, James fires. That's brought back out, played off the ceiling. Still alive though. And put across there, and Hall with the kill. So now 10-8. Boy, and this gymnasium is packed out here tonight. Probably about 75% full or so, and it might get more than that when we get to the Division I championship. That hit under the net. Now a 10-9 lead for Guardian. Serve here by Middleton. James had it blocked. It ricocheted off her head and then went back across the net and hit out of bounds. That's one of the strangest plays I've ever seen. Megan James hammered it off the block. It came back, ricocheted off her head, went back over the net, and then sent out of bounds. So 11-9. Played to the middle of the back row. That's hit out of bounds by Morgan Leggett. Make it 12-9. Jesse Rager to serve for Guardian. Played up front. Kingsland sent it to the outside to Hall. And that's going to go down as a kill. 12-10. North Shaw back in for Guardian. And Lily Hammerly, the senior, checks back in for Cincinnati, and she'll get set to serve. Always serve. Play it across. Sent to the outside. Leggett fires. This ricochets and falls in. So the kill for Morgan. 12-11 as Hammerly will continue to serve. It's played to the outside. James will just tip it over. Sent across outside. Megan James fires. That was blocked up front. Save though. Tip back over. Now James again. Fires again and scores. So Megan James with another kill. Now 13-11 the lead for Guardian. Boy, there have been some rallies in this match. Some of the best that we've seen in the tournament. Jump serve by James is in along that back line. The ace will make it 14-11. And that serve out of bounds. So back in for Cincinnati comes Mariah Swanger. And Morgan Leggett with the serve. Back row, Megan James fires and gets another kill. My goodness. 15-12. Set at a near side, Hall. Going out by James, and now she'll bump it across. To the outside. Back to James again, just puts it over. The middle, Hall tips it across. Off the near side. Now Leggett again. Dug out. And sent over out front by Smith. And that's saved on the run. Blocked up front by Washington. And it's 16-12. Serve played off the right side. That's Hall. Dug out off the ceiling. James in that back line. Back off the near side. That's just tipped over. Leggett. Back on the near side. That deflects across and now sent back over by Smith. In the middle, Hall. That ricochets. Now hit in the back corner. And Savannah Smith gets the kill. It's 17-12. The lead for Guardian. Take a break. Come back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. 17-12, the lead for Guardian out of the timeout. Set to the outside, Swanger. Played there by Johnson, then that hit out of bounds. Make it now 17-13. Jesse Middleton checks in. James plays that, now sent across out front. Once again, Gardner will play it off the near side. Tipped over by Shaw. Now Megan James digs that out in the back line, and we have an illegal hit on Danae Johnson. 17-14, Guardian leads. Serve here from Sierra Hall. And that is an ace. Making it now 17-15. So Hall with the serve, that goes into the net. Now 18-15. Sonor Shaw to serve. Played back up front, Hammerly to the near side. That goes off the top of the net. A hit from Kingsland. Once again, Blazers with it again into that back row. Leggett. Now near side. That's blocked, but still a kill. As Savannah Smith will get credit for that. 19-15. So Shaw will get set to serve. Leggett plays it out front. Now off to Kingsland. Back near side. Smith had that blocked. Tip back up. And we have 4 hits on Guardian. Make it 19-16. Serve here by Kingsland, played up front. And it'll be 19-17. Again, Kingsland to serve. Play into that back row. James puts it across. Near side, that just put across. Now back to the outside. And we have double hit on Guardian. Well, things starting to get interesting. 19-18 is the lead now for Guardian. Kingsland with the serve. Set over on the near side. That was deflected out front. Still loose and into the net. So now 20-18. And back to serve goes Savannah Smith. Smith serve into the net. 20-19. Serve here. Sent to the near side, and we have another illegal hit. And we're tied at 20. Well, things going down to the wire here in set 2. And Mariah Swanger to serve. And that is out. So 21-20, the lead for Guardian. Back in for Cincinnati comes Hope Pfister. Sarah Wakefield to serve for the Knights. Set to the outside. Leggett has that dug out. Now back over to James. She hits it into the net. And we're tied at 21. Tamara Dowdy into the lineup. And now Jessie Middleton to serve. Play back on the near side. That carries out of bounds. And it's 22-21 Cincinnati. And a timeout to Guardian. We're back in a minute. You're watching the NACA. So out of the timeout, 22-21. Serve again by Middleton over on the near side. James puts that across. Sent back up top, tipped over there by Hall. Still free and finally cleared. Sent to the middle. Hall fires and scores again. 23-21. So Middleton set to serve again. Set on the near side. This tipped across. Now set out to Leggett. That falls in. And it's 24-21. And now set point for Cincinnati. And timeout to Guardian. Once again, back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. So out of the timeout, set point here for Jessie Middleton and the Cincinnati Trailblazers. This track down, and that'll do it for set two. So Cincinnati comes back and gets it 25-21, and we'll go to a third set. We'll be back in 3 minutes. And you're watching the NACA. And off the first serve of set number 3, the Blazers lead it 1-0. Lily Hammerly to serve. Again, this is only to 15, so it's very important to get a quick start here and put across by James. It's set to the outside. Megan James fires. What a dig on the far side by Leggett. Check down. James again. We have an illegal hit in the middle of the floor. And a 2-0 lead for Cincinnati. So Hammerly with the serve. Track to the outside. Now put across by James. That's set in the middle. Now to the outside. That's partially deflected. Sent back over. And now set to the outside. That's blocked up front. So the double block of the Blazers does it again. It's a 3-0 lead for Cincinnati. So Hammerly with the serve. Track back to the middle, tipped across. And in the net is Alexis Washington. So a 4-0 lead now for Cincinnati. So Hammerly with the serve. And wow, what a save on the far side by Johnson. Back in the middle, and Hall with another kill. And it's a 5-0 lead, and timeout to Guardian. Take a break, back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. So out of the timeout, the serve for Hammerly. Take it back to the outside. James fires. Saved and then hit into the net by Hall. Wow, what a save by Leggett off the floor. So now 5-1. And Blazers calling for a towel because some sweat on the floor. Boy, is this place just becoming more packed by the second. There's people standing in the hallways. They just can't get in because you'd have to get all the way to inside the gymnasium to find an empty seat, and there's so many people in the doorway that it's hard to do that. This ricochets off the ceiling, and an ace for Megan James. And a 5-2 lead for Cincinnati. This back to the middle. Hall hits that in on the near side. Makes it a 6-2 lead. So Morgan Leggett with the serve. Set to the outside. Smith tips it across. And out of bounds it goes, making it 6-3. Back in for Guardian is Sarah Wakefield. Danae Johnson to serve. Set back on the near side. Now tip back across. Back line, that hammered by James. Boy, what a dig by Hammerly. And then sent back over by Davis. This tipped across. Back on the near side. That hits the top of the net and rolls in for Casey Kingsland. And a 7-3 lead for Cincinnati. Serve here from Sierra Hall is out of bounds. Make it 7-4. Jesse Rager back into the lineup. Serve here from North Shaw. Played back on the near side. Sent across by Smith. And that will fall in. So a 7-5 lead for Cincinnati. So Shaw with the serve. That is out of bounds. Make it 8-5 Cincinnati. Into the lineup for the Trailblazers comes Delaney Harrison. And the serve for Casey Kingsland. It's back up front, just put across. Out front, tipped over. Outside Smith. Now back row for Leggett. Back outside Smith again, and that's a kill. For Savannah Smith. Now 8-6. And back into the front row comes Megan James. Serve here. Played now to Leggett on that back line. She'll hit it into the net. And it's 8-7 and a timeout to Cincinnati. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. So 8-7 the lead. That serve goes into the net for Savannah Smith. Now a 9-7 lead for Cincinnati. A Swanger with the serve. Played now back over to James. That's blocked up front. And Cincinnati is in the net. So I'll make it 9-8. It's into the lineup for the Trailblazers comes Hope Pfister. Sarah Wakefield serves it up here. That went sideways and now sent across. Saved and bumped back over. That is out of bounds. That'll make it 10-8. Jesse Middleton to serve now. Middleton's serve played back up on the near side and nobody comes to get it. So 11-8. Serve here from Middleton again. Played to the near side. Sent across. Out of the outside. Just bumped over there by Leggett. James with a good set. That was partially deflected up front. Set back over. To the middle it goes. Now back on the near side. As that was touched up front. Now off to James. That's blocked. And hit out of bounds. And it's 12-8. And a timeout to Guardian. Cincinnati leads at 12-8 in the third. They'll take a timeout. Come back in a moment. You're watching the NACA. Out of the timeout, the serve from Middleton. Played to the near side. This played up, set back deep. Again, out to Megan James. She'll wind and fire. That's dug out. And Leggett will put it over again. Outside, and that one finally a kill for Megan James. Make it 12-9. Back in for Guardian comes Alexis Washington. And the serve up coming from Jessie Rager. Set to the outside. That deflects around. Put across. And that carried close to out of bounds. Megan James fires again. Now set for Leggett. That played off the near side. And now goes back over. Set to the middle and another kill for Sierra Hall. What a set by Kingsland. And it's 13 now. So back to serve is a Lily Hammerly. 13-9, the lead for the Trailblazers. So now they'll go to the other side. James fires there. And this cleared back over and out of bounds. Make it 13-10. So Megan James to serve. And this played up front. This tipped over. They'll go back line. James fires and scores again. 13-11. And a timeout to Cincinnati. Back at 1 minute. We're watching the NACA. So out of the timeout. Serve played up front. And sent across by Kingsland. Back to near side. Smith hits that out of bounds. And it'll be 14-11. And now match points for Cincinnati. Serve here from Morgan Leggett. And there's an ace, and Cincinnati has done it. The Cincinnati Trailblazers come back down 1-0. They win the last 2 sets. And the Trailblazers are the 2019 NACA Division II champions with this win over Guardian. Stick around, we'll have the trophy ceremony for you momentarily. You're watching the NACA.
want these girls to come to the table and get a flag stand here for a picture. So here they are from Cincinnati, Morgan Lady. From Guardian, Megan James. From Providence, Jimmy Grace Honeycutt. From Legacy, Morgan Bowers. From Evangeline, Jessica Goodman. From Cincinnati, Sierra Hall. From Guardian, Savannah Smith. From Virginia, Anna Weber. From Ezekiel, Aspen Adams. From Lincoln Genesis, Marjorie Hughes. From Cincinnati, Lily Emery. From Germany, Franklin Davis. From TCAA, Anna Deborah. Our MVP is voted by the coaches for the tournament. Most valuable offensive player, Van Guardian, Megan James. Most valuable defensive player, Lincoln Genesis, Marjorie Hughes. Best setter from Cincinnati, Lily Emery. Our team trophies, team sportsmanship goes voted in Chia from Tennessee. Our two third place teams, Covenant from Alabama and Lincoln Genesis from Indiana. Our Division II runners-up, give a nice hand to the Guardian from Virginia. And our NACA Division II champions, Cincinnati Trailblazers.